9 small CobbleStoves, let's go. Steel mesh with tin snips. We're going to cut and wrap 9 rings, 3-inch diameter hole with a slit cut down the side of 9 2-gallon buckets. We're going to duct tape the slit on those buckets back together for all 9. We're going to use petroleum jelly as a lubricant in the inside surface of each bucket, and a chop saw set at a 45-degree angle is going to cut a 3-inch diameter PVC pipe, and we're going to lubricate each pipe, setting them next to all of our buckets. They are ready to go. We're going to use perlite. That is our main material. 80% of our composition is this material, 3 or 4 grade perlite, a volcanic glass that's been pulverized, very good at insulating. We're going to pour that into a concrete mixer and get that mixing. And then our other 20% of our composition is Portland cement. Your standard Portland cement. It's going to be really just to hold that perlite together, and it's going to be a 2-gallon bucket and pour it into our concrete mixer. We're going to add H2O as hydration. We're going to go for that even consistency, so just the right amount of water is going to be added a little bit at a time as it mixes until we get a nice even viscosity like chunky peanut butter. That's what we're looking for. PPE, personal protective equipment. We want to preserve our skin, chemical burns, ouch. Baseball bat, gonna kick some butt. Lubricated pipe, lubricated bucket, and our 80-20 composition of Portland cement and perlite, hydrated. Dropping it in by hand, we're going to shake it up a bit and using our hands and the butt of a baseball bat to pack it in. Our hands, because these are handmade products. Inserting lubricated PVC pipe and dropping in some more of our composition, pressing it in and packing it in with our fingers around the pipe to make sure it's underneath it too. Using the butt of the baseball bat to pack in that pipe nice and tight. Inserting the other end of the PVC pipe to create an L connection, dropping in some more composition and tapping it in to settle and getting air bubbles out. Because heat makes air expand, if there is air inside, it could cause cracks, so we're tapping to get that air out, getting it to settle nicely, inserting our steel mesh lath reinforcement and packing in around that, tapping to get that to settle in, and we're packing all the way in nice and evenly all the way to the top. We're going to pack using our fingers to do the final touches. We have filled 1 bucket. With the material that we've made up, it fills about 4 buckets. That's all the material we've made up, so we've got to make some more. So we repeat the process of adding our composition, mixing it together, hydrating, the chemical reaction, the consistency, and we're going to add in our materials, packing in, building out all 9 stoves. Now sitting in the critical curing process. 1 to 2 hours after they've been packed, we do what I call the holy moment. Remove that lubricated pipe, and it will maintain structure. It's cured enough, and all 9 stoves like that, a bit crude around the edges, but it's soft in that period of 1 to 2 hours. About 24 hours, 48 hours, you can peel away the bucket. It's been lubricated, so it'll slide right out, and it maintains that structure. We can now take a bastard file to the edges. That is the name of that file there, and that'll smooth out the edges a bit for all 9 stoves. And now we can show you what's up. Set it on a log, stuff some sticks into the mouth of the stove. We're going to feed it. We're going to take a bundle of wood shavings soaked in food grade paraffin wax and a match, my preference, a match. To light that bundle, it'll go for 5 to 8 minutes. We rearrange our kindling, and we've got a fire that is almost smokeless. A beautiful thing. Like all of our bare stoves, I call them moon stoves when they're like that. A rock in my hand, lots of rocks, metamorphic rocks. Gonna scoop them up, dump them into the bed of my truck, bucket them up, set 9 groups of 3 about the same size, water in a bucket. Crack prevention thin set mortar is going to get added to that water in a bucket, and we're going to mix it up. It's going to get thick like a thick mud. The 9 sets of 3 metamorphic rocks set in a triangle, making a level pedestal for our cooking ware, nice and level. We're going to take our moon stoves and we're going to slap that muddy mixture of mortar and water like frosting on a cake. It is super satisfying to apply. Speaking of apply, we're going to apply those 3 metamorphic rocks on top to set our cookware. Metamorphic, not sedimentary. Sedimentary like shale can explode when heated, and that is frowned upon. So we're going to stuff our slick rocks into the side of the stove, covering the surface. Taking our time till it's evenly distributed, we're looking at a nearly completed cobble stove. All 9 cobble stoves set up like that. About 24 to 48 hours, we can go ahead and clean off the debris, rinse it off, get all that dirt off, and look at them glisten in the sun. Just bask in the beauty of 9 complete cobble stoves. Oh my goodness, yes. And what do you know, the fine gentleman who ordered them came to pick them up and took them away.